I'm going to challenge you a little bit here.
Okay. I love a challenge.
I sit in this chair every day, day after day, and listen to the smartest minds in Orange County, the biggest, and from big guys to little guys. They come through this studio touting their business and their business model. And one of the things that 99.9% of them all say is culture. Oh, we want fit. We want to develop a cohesive culture here. We're one tribe. We all want to pull together here. And in fact, we'll let you go if you don't fit into the culture, even if you perform well. But you're a jerk, or people think you're a jerk, or they don't like your abrasive style. And I question that. I'm an old cynical guy who listened to when they said, "Oh, it's all about vision plans and stuff. It's all about mission statements." Is this just the new mission statement? It sounds good on the financial report, but they don't really mean it. Because how could you develop a culture in 3 days or in 13 weeks?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Paul. I think, so we're solving for two things here. One is long-term and one is short-term. I think on a long-term basis, absolutely culture is king, and I'll give you a quick example of that. But on a short-term basis, and literally, we had a client 3 years ago who had a fire in a plant. I was going to say, if my plant's on fire, I need a fire chief. They're a supplier to Boeing, right? If they don't ship product on time, Boeing doesn't ship aircraft on time,
yeah,
right?
And what's the cost of that? Shutting down the line for a day,
huge,
delaying deliveries, yeah.
And not only that, huge penalties. So, I mean, this client was shipping product air freight, and they were spending at $1.10 million a month on air freight.
Just to get it there.
Just to get it there. They were losing all kinds of money. They needed somebody in there who was at the CEO level. They had a general manager of a plant, which is perfect when everything's going well. But as soon as you have a fire, inventory's destroyed, tooling's destroyed, you need to move tooling to another plant, you need to get another line up and running. You needed somebody with a little more firepower, right? So we put a CEO level guy in there. They literally called us on a Tuesday when the fire happened. We had people in front of them on Thursday. He started on Monday. He worked in 4 different divisions, and they ultimately hired him as a CEO of one of their divisions a year later. That was a big turnaround. But that's what happens quickly in an interim need. You have to move that quick. Long term, though, culture is king. And I'll tell you this. One of the guys that works for us in Amsterdam, he is probably the biggest and maybe the best field hockey player to ever live. And I know that doesn't mean anything to you.
No.
It didn't mean a lot to me either.
No.
But when I first met him, one of his friends who works for us over there, he told me who he was, and I said, I don't know anything about that. He goes, he's the LeBron James of field hockey. Okay. And I said, I still don't really know what that means. But field hockey is it's like the number 2 sport in the Netherlands, right? So right
field
behind
hockey.
soccer.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
Field hockey, it's a big sport. Now, this guy's been to 5 Olympics. He's got 3 gold medals. I mean, he literally is a legend. And one of the stories I've learned from him, as I've worked with him now for a couple of years, and I go over to Amsterdam pretty regularly every couple months, is he told me a story about being captain of the team, the national team, and bringing on one of the best players to ever live. He said every game this person was good for goals. Every single game, without question. But he said during the 2 years that this person was on the team, they never won a championship. The team did not perform. He didn't practice.
It sounds like you're talking about LeBron. How many times has he been to the grand tournament here?
Yeah,
and he's only come away
well, I'm not going to get into that. The politics of basketball are really touchy, especially in Orange County. But what I will say is, this is a guy that did not perform well when they weren't playing. And because of that, the team didn't perform well. And what they realized is...
Or wasn't a team player, perhaps. I think that's what I see in basketball. Give me the ball and get out of the way.
That's exactly
then nobody wants to play with you.
That's exactly it. And so the team wasn't brought up. As soon as they moved this person off the team, they literally fired this person, replaced with a person who wasn't as talented, but really a great team player. They started winning championships again. They went back and won the European Championships. They went and won the Olympics again. So things that weren't happening because they had great talent but not great fit started happening because they got great fit. I personally think you need both, but fit at the end of the day, because we aren't fielding a team of individuals, we're fielding a team of players playing a position, their position. We all got to work together.